I'm Sarah, and this is George. George, you want to tell us a little about yourself?
My name's George. I'm from England. I moved here when I was 14.
Why did you and your parents move to the United States?
My mum's company expanded, so they opened a new office over here, so we came over to work at the new office.
Okay. What did you like? What were your expectations of America before you moved here?
We really had no idea what to think. We'd never really heard of Georgia or Atlanta, as we had to look up places in Atlanta to live because we didn't know where we were going. And then it was just kind of, we came over for a year to see how it was, and then decided to stay.
What was your life like in your hometown before you moved here?
I came from a small village in England, so it was a lot less people. Everybody knew each other, about 1,000 people in the village. Went to a high school that was about 30 minutes away, that we had to take a bus to, and then moved out to Peachtree City, which is 20 times bigger. School nearby, just a lot bigger over here, a lot different.
Mm-hmm. Did you leave anyone behind, like any family or anything?
Yep, pretty much everybody.
And how?
Just my small family came over.
How was that adjustment?
It was rough at first, but I mean, the rest of my family didn't live that close to us in England, so it wasn't too much difference, and we went back to visit a lot, so.
Mm-hmm. How did people treat you when you first arrived?
We fit in pretty well. Everybody was accepting of 2 or 3 British kids,
Mm-hmm.
so.
Do you feel like your treatment's any different now that you've been here for a while?
Yeah, I mean, at first it's obviously, my accent was a lot thicker, so people would know straight away and ask more questions as you say things. But now it's everybody's used to it. So.
Do you visit home a lot, and are you treated different when you return, when you go back?
Yeah, we used to visit about once or twice a year, and now it's pretty much once a year, maybe a little bit less than that. And we sound more American to English people now. So.
Mm-hmm. What do you enjoy most about living in America?
The weather. England's cold and rainy and not fun.
Yeah.
And it's a lot hotter and nicer here.
Do you feel like the food was an adjustment?
Yeah. Everything's bigger here. All the food sizes are bigger, less expensive, and probably healthier over here as well.
Really?
Some things. Fast food's a lot worse over here, but the rest of the food's not as
Fast food's
unhealthy.
worse there?
Fast food's worse here, but fish and chips are not healthy at all. They're bad.
Did you encounter any conflict or difficult situations on your journey over to the United States?
Yeah. Anytime we go through a TSA check or anything, if you have a British passport, it's a lot difficult. A lot difficult if you have an American passport. You gotta do through different lines. You when you're first moving in, you get questioned every time you come in if it's if you're coming for work, business, or a holiday, and you have to just explain every single time that we're moving here, and we're in the process of getting visas, green cards, everything.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a job, or was it difficult to get a job when you first came?
When I first moved here, we weren't allowed to get jobs until we got our visas, which is 2 years in, and then I've had serving jobs ever since, working in restaurants.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel any connection still to your original culture? Do you feel you're more American?
50-50. It's been a while since I've been back now, but I still some things that I'll keep from back then.
Mm-hmm. What do you feel your definition is of home, and do you feel
I'd still start by say England, but it's been a long time since I've even been to the home, actual house back there. So now it's kind of more Peachtree City, where I went to high school. Yeah.
Do you plan on staying here?
I do. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What do you feel has been the most difficult part in living in America?
When we first moved here, after the first week of officially living here, I went to high school for 1 week and then technically got deported for a week and a half. Had to fly back to London, which is not where I live. I lived up in Manchester, but we had to go to London to get our actual visas, visas to be able to live over here. And so we had to stay in hotels for about 8 days, right outside the embassy. Had to go there almost every day, sit in lines, wait for a really long time. Have a bunch of paperwork that we had to do, because the American red tape is really specific on everything. When we finally got our visas and everything, then we flew an hour later straight back out to America, and the next day went back to high school. so we missed 9 days, like after being only there for like 5 days. So we had to jump back in, catch up with like quizzes, tests, which we didn't even have in England. That's not like a big thing in schooling. It's a lot more laid back in England.
You don't have tests?
Not really. It's like you have like one in each like a big test in each subject at the end of the year, and then every 4 years it's like your like official ones, kind of like an ACT kind of thing. But we don't have like quizzes, tests, homework that all add up together. That just doesn't happen over there. So fitting in, so adjusting to that as well was pretty rough. And then missing 9 days didn't help that. So I think when we got back, I took a test that first day and got like an 8. So yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, that's hard. What do you feel like are the biggest cultural differences between?
People are a lot friendlier over here. Like, I guess southern hospitality. People in England are generally like the weather, pretty miserable and not that fun to be around. But everybody up here is very nice, very like accepting of everybody, and just like on a day-to-day basis, like you walk past somebody, like everybody will wave to you, smile to you. So.
Yeah. Is it weird to you how like our government systems are so different?
Yeah. I didn't understand like much of a government system in England, but over there it was. I took U.S. history and had no idea what was going on for most of it, and still don't understand a lot of it. So I just don't really concern myself with American politics.
Yeah. Is it weird for you to like learn about like the past of like England and like the monarchy from like the American perspective?
Yeah, we never got taught like the revolution or any of that, because at the time when I guess that happened over here, it was a big deal here for like independence and everything, but from like England's like standpoint, it was just like one like small colony that we lost back then, so we really didn't learn about it. We just learned about like European history.
Crazy. Yeah. So who did you come over with when you came to the United States?
We moved with me, my mom, dad, twin sister, and my older brother. Twin sister, we came in as freshmen, so we were just new to high school as well as everybody else. But my brother came in as a senior, so he didn't really have any friends before that, and everybody thought he was like a new freshman as well, because nobody knew who he was really.
No, yeah. And then I know your sister goes to school here too, so is it helpful to like have her here with you?
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's nice to have like somebody who's like been through everything I've been through as well, and like have another like English person around.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, yeah. How does the like day-to-day routine, like how is it different in England than it is here?
Well, back then I was younger, but I'd have to take a bus. I took like, so I went to a different, like most people go to like that public school, but you can go to like private or like grammar schools, which I went to. Basically, it's like a private school, but instead of paying, you just take a test to get into.
Oh, that's cool.
And so I went to one of them, went to an all-boys school in England, and I'd say like a 30-minute bus to get out there. So that was like, so having to go so far for school was like a lot different to here, where I could just drive to class. And even if I was living in England, I would only just have started driving, really, because you can start learning when you're 17, you can get your license when you're 18, and then, because like car prices, insurance, and gas is so much more expensive over there, and like most people won't even get like a car or really start driving until they're 19, 20.
Have you driven like when you've gone back there on the British roads?
Pretty much everyone's manual over there, and I learned automatic, so I could try, but it would be rough. My mom said that when she first started driving it, she would like find herself veering over to the wrong side of the road, and that was rough. But
yeah,
so it would be very confusing to try and drive on the other side over there.
No, yeah. Was it a big adjustment, like going from an all-boys school to like a public co-ed school?
Yeah, it was like supposed to be a very prestigious all-boys school in England. I wore a uniform every day, like a forest green with a red trim blazer, and same with the tie. So coming over here wearing whatever you want to go to school, and having like, it was a lot more laid back on like that front, but then the school, like schooling, the education itself was a lot harder over there.
Did you feel like the clothes, like not necessarily like your school uniform, but just like everyday clothes that people wore is like different? Yeah,
I moved here with like the backpack I had was like leather straps, like buckles and stuff, and that was a bit odd over here. Nobody has stuff like bags or clothing like that, really. But yeah, it was a lot different. A lot of my old stuff was I wouldn't wear anymore, like suede shoulder pads and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.